I like to say I think my dad's the best governor Arkansas has ever had, one of the best governors the country has ever seen. And I'm hoping to take that title away from him pretty soon. I will never, ever forget who and what we are fighting for, because I have three little reminders, Scarlett, Huck, and George, who are going to hold me accountable and remind me that every single decision I make as governor will have a direct impact on their life and the life of every kid in Arkansas.
That was Arkansas Governor-elect Sarah Huckabee Sanders paying tribute to her family following her big victory Tuesday night. Joining me right now is the former governor of Arkansas himself and her father, Mike Huckabee. Governor, congratulations. You must be so proud.
You know, Maria, I am very proud of her. I've got a T-shirt that now just says Sarah's dad, because that's my new identity. No longer am I the former governor of anything. I'm just, oh, yeah, you're Sarah's dad. So I'm excited for her. I'm excited for our state, because she's going to be, I believe, a terrific leader. She's got the heart of a mom, but she's got the tenacity of a tiger, and she will be a terrific governor, and I'm excited for our state.
Well, that leadership was on full display in her victorious speech, so we send her our best regards. Father-daughter scenario in Arkansas, it's just a beautiful thing. I want to get your take on what we just witnessed here with these midterm elections. Here's President Biden's reason on why there was, in fact, no midterm red wave that people were watching for. Watch.
And they send a clear and unmistakable message that they want to preserve our democracy and protect the right to choose in this country. And I especially want to thank the young people of this nation who, I'm told, I haven't seen the numbers, voted historic numbers again.
Governor, your reaction to that and what you think just happened?
The one thing Joe was right about when he said young people voted in huge numbers, and they did. The 18 to 25-year-old numbers were Democrat plus 28. That's huge. But I think we've got to step back and ask ourselves, how in the world did a party so out of touch with American day-to-day living end up doing as well as they did? And I think a part of it is we've got to accept that we're not just running against a Democrat Party. We've got all of these forces that are working against us. And here's what I'm talking about. The social media and the mainstream media are a monolithic wall for the Democrats. I mean, they protect them and they advocate for them. And then if you add to that the bureaucracy of the government, you have the Justice Department and the FBI and the reins of power within the bureaucracy, and they're no longer striped shirt referees calling balls and strikes and touchdowns and field goals. They're advocates. They're wearing team jerseys, and they're rooting for the Democrats, and they're calling penalties against Republicans all the time. So it's a tough deal, and the only sources that a lot of people get their information is coming from all these monolithic social media and mainstream media companies. I would tell you, when people talk about a threat to democracy, that's a threat to democracy. When good ideas and different ideas never see the light of day because they're suppressed and censored.
No, Governor, Governor passed, not Governor President. I'm just kidding. What do you make of I brought this up earlier, but there has been a wave of anti-Trump editorials here in New York. President Trump is on the cover of the New York Post, calling him Trumpty Dumpty. Can the GOP's men put the party back together again? Your reaction to that and where the party goes from here, the Republican Party?
Well, Dagan, let's hope it doesn't go back to the days of globalists, the days of just basically being servants to the big multinational corporations, that we become the party of the country clubs and the swells. Because if we do that, we are destined to become extinct, and we should be. We've got to be the party of the working class, the party that cares about America, the party that believes that patriotism is okay, that it's fine to want to make sure that Americans and the American dream is alive and well. If we focus on that, I still think that's a winning message. But God help us if we go back to the days when Republicans were just the people with the real shined shoes and nice suits and like to sort of pass around the power among themselves. But the people sitting at the kitchen table, having come home from a hard day's work and sweated through their clothes, they never felt like Republicans cared.
Well, look, you made a really good point about young people and the mainstream media as well. First of all, young people coming out to vote in those kinds of numbers, that means that the whole student loan forgiveness worked. Whether he gets this done or not, it worked. It convinced young people that they're going to get their debt forgiven, so let me go vote for this guy. And in the mainstream media, many have already, talked about plans for Pennsylvania Senator-elect John Fetterman. This is incredible. Here's one reporter on MSNBC. Watch.
Fetterman as a nominee at some point for president. I know there's some variables, obviously, just a few. But I just, what he did in the super red, deep red parts of Pennsylvania, and the way that he ran ahead of Biden, as you were saying, ran ahead of Trump. I mean, it just makes you wonder about his future.
Governor, what do you think? She thinks he's going to run for president.
I think the posture of her arms folded as she said this said it all. Surely she's not serious. But maybe she is. Maybe John Fetterman is the future of the Democrat Party. If he is, then Republicans, we've got a great future ahead of us.
Well, go ahead, Todd, real quick.
But, Governor, the fact that they're even having this conversation, is there any greater proof to you that the Democrats care more about being in power? Consequences to our nation be damned.
Todd, I think that's a perfect point you've made. And no, I don't think they do care about anything other than just power. This is really disturbing to think that this is what the Democrats think ought to be the future of the party.
All right. Proud Papa. We're really happy to talk with you. Thanks very much. Put that T-shirt on. Governor, good to see you.
Thank you, Maria.